I put a poll up several hours ago, and the poll simply said, feeling stuck right now? And 89% of people said yes. This is super important. Whenever somebody says, I feel stuck, what I hear that is a human being who feels disconnected from passion and purpose. So what I'm going to cover today is I want to cover kind of 7 really common mistakes that everybody makes. I have made these mistakes. The people that I love make these mistakes. I'm going to talk a lot about my 2 daughters in this training because purpose and passion is a big conversation with them right now. Everybody that I follow makes these mistakes. Brendan has made these mistakes. And I think when you unpack the mistakes that you're making, it's easy to then do a few simple things to start moving in the right direction. And so that's how we're going to unpack passion and purpose. Let's start with the 7 common mistakes, because oftentimes it's easier to stop doing something than it is to start doing something. And so there are 7 things I want you to stop doing. And when you stop doing this, it's going to make it easier for you to tap into and really tap into purpose and passion. So what is mistake number 1? Mistake number 1 is that you think passion and purpose are the same thing. I hear those 2 words thrown around so much and swapped in and out of sentences that I need to say it is a major mistake to think that passion and purpose are the same thing. Because the fact is, they're completely different. And the other fact is, you need both passion and purpose in order to live an incredible life that you deserve to live. So let me unpack my simple way of thinking about passion versus purpose. So passion is something you feel. I think about passion as another word for energy. Passion is something you feel. Purpose, on the other hand, is something you do. Purpose is something you do. I'm going to distinguish passion and purpose at a secondary level. You ready? So passion is something you feel. Passion describes the energy that you feel. And the other cool thing about passion is for you. Passion is simply anything that makes you feel more energized in life. I'll give you an example. And I want you to think about what is something that brings passion into your life. And as you think of the thing that brings passion into your life, share it. Because when you share something that you're thinking, it always ignites and empowers and inspires somebody else that's watching this too. So for example, passion is for me. Passion is what I feel. Passion is the stuff that brings energy into my life. So here's my passion. You ready? I love to garden. I love to walk into a flower store. I love to savor a fabulous cup of coffee. I love and am passionate about watching stand-up comedy. I am passionate about hiking. I am passionate about, I'm actually passionate about the polar plunge challenge and doing cold exposure therapy. I'm passionate about getting together with our kids. I'm passionate about walks on the beach. I am energized by making plans to go somewhere. I am energized by cooking. All of these things that I'm listing are things that I do or things that I think about that infuse me with this energy. That's what passion is. And you need that in order to live an awesome life. And passion is so simple to bring into your life because passion is literally just about getting intentional, about filling your time with things that bring you energy. It kind of makes sense, right? That's all the passion is. And now that you understand this simple idea of what passion is, that it's something you feel, it's for you, it brings energy into your life, you now understand why people say, "Oh, I'm living my passion." I would never use that sentence, because I think the accurate thing is I feel passionate about my work as a doctor. What they're saying when somebody says that is they're saying, I feel energized by my work. And if you are one of the 89% of people that feel stuck right now, here's what I know. If you look at your day-to-day and your week-to-week life, you are not doing anything that naturally brings energy into your life, positive energy. And a simple way to flip the switch and bring more passion into your life is to become intentional about making time to do the things. Like Marianne, she's passionate about running, designing, chilling with her friends, connecting with people, helping connect people in business, nature, sunrises, so many things. Even writing the things, did you guys notice? Even writing down what brings energy into your life actually makes you feel more energized. So that's what passion is. Purpose is something you do, and purpose is what you do for the world. Purpose is this anchor that you attach yourself to, and it is the thing that you do for the world. It's how you show up for other people. It is the reason why you're doing things. It's sort of like, I'm going to give you another example. We've got the anchor, because when you're connected to why you do what you do, you will not feel adrift, okay? But I'm going to give you another example about purpose. So have any of you ever had a situation where you're like near a body of water and you either have your dog or somebody else's dog, and that dog runs into the water or the pond or the river or the muddy stream or the swimming pool, and then they come out and they shake, 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 shake all over you, and the water spreads everywhere, right? I also feel that purpose is that stuff that naturally shakes off you and hits other people. So I, for example, in the exchange that you just saw with me talking with Brendan, when Brendan's around me and he's like the dog shaking wet, what you get hit with is his purpose of serving, right? It just flies from the guy because it's what he gives to the world. And when you understand that purpose is just why you're doing something and how you're showing up for it, and the way in which you uniquely do it, that's your purpose. That's it. Passion is for you. Purpose is what you give to other people. So mistake number one is that you think they're the same thing. You use the words interchangeably. You're not quite thinking about the difference and why both are so important. Now let's jump into mistake number two. Mistake number two I've sort of hinted at already. Mistake number two is you think you're just going to bump into it. You think that purpose or passion just kind of happens. That's not true. The biggest thing that people don't realize, myself included, is that it's something you have to be super intentional about. That when you wake up every day, you have an opportunity to bring passion into your life. You have an opportunity to decide how you're going to show up with a sense of purpose today. And this lack of intentionality is the reason why you feel stuck. It's the reason why you feel adrift. If you're on autopilot, if you're just going through the motions, if you're accepting good enough, if you're just barely surviving, you're not anchored to anything. And you're not going to just sort of float into what's meant for you. You need to have what I call a wake-up moment. You got to have a wake-up moment and go, I'm stuck. And I'm sick of it. And being stuck, by the way, is a great thing. It's a wake-up moment because you just woke up and were like, you know what? I'm not feeling connected to something deeper here. I need to fix this. And so mistake number 2 is thinking you're just going to bump into it, that somehow staying on autopilot, blah, 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 blah. That's not going to happen. You got to make a decision that you're going to become intentional about infusing your day-to-day life with more passion, and that you're going to become intentional about aligning your focus, your attention, and your actions on something that you value. That's how it's going to happen. Now, the third mistake that everybody makes is we get too serious about it. Like I just talked about intentionality, right? And you hear the word purpose and you think that means that God Almighty is going to stand on the thing. Oh, I need a sense of purpose. I need to find my why. Oh my God, I don't know what my purpose is. And then you get yourself so freaked out. This is our daughter who's 23. She has a great job. She's 23 years old. Who the hell knows what they are doing or who they are at 23? Your 20s are meant to explore and make mistakes and figure it out. Heck, my entire life seems to be that way. She is so intense about finding her purpose. I don't know what I should do with my life. I don't know who should I marry. And the more intense she gets about finding it, the further away she gets from it. I personally believe getting too serious about the topic of passion and purpose is part of the problem. If you are in what researchers call a fun drought, believe it or not, especially here in the United States, as adults, we are all so stressed out and depressed and anxious and serious that researchers now have a word for the fact that we're sad, and it's called a fun drought. That's how bad it's gotten. If you're not having fun in your life, if you're not able to kind of shake things off, you're not going to be effective at truly infusing your life with passion and living connected to a greater purpose. Fun is also energy. And when you get too serious, your thoughts get really heavy. You are built to have fun. You're built to be connected. You are hardwired to be happy. That's why you miss feeling it when you don't feel happy. And one of the really interesting things that I learned in researching the last project that we did for Audible, called Here's Exactly What to Do, we did a whole thing about fun, is that there's a difference, the simple difference between people who have a lot of fun in their lives and people who don't, is that people who have a lot of fun in their life are intentional about planning for it. If you walk into a job every day and you hate your job, by the time you leave your job at the end of the day, you're going to feel really low energy because it doesn't infuse any passion in your life. If you then have nothing planned this weekend and every night you come home low energy, you are not going to feel excited about life. You're going to turn on Netflix. You're going to just kind of scroll through social media. The secret truly to starting to lift your energy is simply plan something fun to look forward to this weekend. I'm not kidding. And the reason why planning something to look forward to this weekend is really important is because you get 2 bursts of energy from it. You get the burst of energy that you're going to get every day, every time you reflect on the fact that it's coming up. I mean, think about when you have a great vacation planned. Just planning it and thinking about it is fun, right? And then you get a second bite at this energy boost because you're actually on the vacation. And so this piece around energy is so important because if you're too serious, too entrenched, too tired, too negative, it's very, very hard to also stay connected to that purpose that's greater than you, that really grounds you. Now, the fourth mistake that everybody makes is we, suffer from lone wolf syndrome, which basically means you're so embarrassed that you don't have a sense of purpose that you're trying to figure it out in isolation. And the fact is, I did this for way too long. I literally struggled for decades because I was too embarrassed to tell people that I felt lost, that I felt stuck, that I didn't know. I was worried about looking like an idiot, so I didn't sign up for classes. And so not reaching out to people, not surrounding yourself with a group of people that you have fun with, not building community in things that you're interested in and thinking that you got to figure out how to climb out of this hole alone. You do not. And it's a major mistake that you're going to make. One of the fastest ways to feel a little bit more passion and energy and to feel connected to something deeper is to volunteer. You want a shortcut remembering who you are? Sign up and volunteer somewhere this weekend. Do something for somebody else. That will get you out of the loop of thinking. That will cut the isolation off because you're going to be serving and volunteering with other people. It taps you into something that's deeper than you, and it'll snap you back into a mode of remembering who you are. And it'll remind you that in community, you are more likely to feel the passion that you deserve and to bump into the sense of purpose that you're longing for. I already kind of discovered 5, but it's important to talk about the fact that you have to, I said make it intentional. The next thing I want to talk about is that you have to fight the fact that right now you're probably tired. You see, I think that you're probably struggling, like I have been, with what's called brain drain. Brain drain is another word for cognitive fatigue, moral fatigue, being on Zoom meetings all day and staring at yourself. It requires more mental fuel than simply being on a phone call or being outside. And so you are draining the mental fuel that you need to make decisions and to focus faster than ever. You probably have what psychologists call decision fatigue, especially coming out of a 2-year pandemic. I know I certainly do. And so when you feel the fuel in your brain has drained and you're having trouble making decisions, it's really hard to make a decision intentionally to A, do things that energize you, and B, to have the clarity to constantly come back to a sense of purpose. So there's 2 things that I've found to be super, super, super helpful based on the research. These are really interesting ones. So if you have a job inside, everybody, and especially a job that doesn't bring you a lot of energy or passion, and you're online a lot, what's happening when you're staring at the screen is that you've got a very narrow depth of field in terms of your focus. And in order for your eyeballs to look at a very short, narrow screen, you literally are constricting your eyes. That drains fuel faster. So one thing that research says that can help lift the fuel in your brain and help with this sort of cognitive fatigue is every 45 minutes that you're online, I want you to look for 5 minutes off at a horizon because it allows your eyeballs that have like twisted tight to relax. Think about a binoculars as you go and you kind of change the focus. You're relaxing them as you stare at the horizon. If you want to supersize this, get outside and stare at the horizon for 5 minutes. And you'll feel your energy lift back up. This is super important. This brain drain thing is real. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because I want you to not rely on having high energy before you do the work to make time for passion, to make time to figure out what really gives you a deeper sense of meaning in your life. The second thing that's really important, everybody, for you to be doing, especially for brain drain, is moving your body. Moving your body not only energizes you, even if you hate it, you feel more energized, but also it gets a chemical release going in your body that you need right now for your brain to be able to focus and make decisions. Mistake number 6, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but all those unhealthy habits that you really know you need to change are contributing to this and this disconnection. And a lot of my work is focused on the fact that it's all about the little things, that one decision can change the trajectory of your life, that all the little decisions that you make have this extraordinary ripple effect in a positive direction. The same is true about negative decisions. I guarantee you, if you right now are part of the 89% of people who say that they feel stuck, I guarantee you your morning routine is off. I guarantee you the simple things that bring you energy, you're not doing them. It never fails in my life, everybody. Never fails. The moment I feel off, the moment that I feel disconnected from purpose, the moment I feel passion just fly right out the window, if I take a look at all the little things I'm doing every day, it's not the stuff that actually sets me up for success. You know, in life, we focus so much on the big stuff that we forget that your life is the little things. Your life is the little things, everybody. And if you focus on just getting the little things right, the big things always take care of themselves. And if you really look at all the little decisions that you make, sleeping in, drinking too much, not journaling, hanging out with people that bring you down, putting up with the bare minimum, not having boundaries, eating crap, not moving your body, spending too much time on your phone, all that stuff leads you in a direction that you didn't intend to go. The positive works the exact same way. And so really underestimating the power of the little unhealthy or negative or destructive decisions that you make or habits that you have, that's a major mistake. And finally, I just alluded to this. You're thinking way too big. Way too big. When you think of passion and purpose, you're like, I gotta find my passion. I gotta live it out. I gotta figure out my legacy. I gotta live a life of purpose. I gotta figure the thing out. It's like gonna be my career. No, that's not it at all, everybody. Let me tell you a story. So I have a daughter. I think I've talked about her before. She's a junior at the University of Southern California. She is a singer-songwriter, and she got into this crazy program at the Thornton School of Music at USC to study, get this, being a pop music singer-songwriter. There's 24 kids in the program. There were only 2 singer-songwriters accepted. She was one of them. This kid basically earned her way in to like winning American Idol. She's working with all these winning artists, blah, 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 blah. She is so focused on this big fear and this big dream. The big dream is having a career as a singer-songwriter. She literally said to me a couple months ago, Mom, I actually see it. I can see myself in a stadium. I can see people singing along. I can see that this happens. And then she says, but I'm paralyzed because what if it doesn't happen? What if I'm not good enough? What if I try and I don't make it? She is so focused on the big dream and the big fear, everybody, that she's not living with a sense of purpose every single day. And she's not bringing the energy by doing things that she's passionate about into every single day. I want you to stop right now. Let's just make an agreement, everybody. You are going to stop right now thinking about purpose as your career. You are going to stop thinking that passion and purpose is your legacy. The thing that will change your mind is if you were to wake up every day and ask yourself a simple question. What can I do to feel a little more energized today? And what would it mean to live with a little more purpose today? I want you to think about purpose and passion as something you practice on a daily basis. That gives you room to have it change on a daily basis. Because if we take my daughter Kendall's situation, for example, if she were to wake up every morning, and we've been having these discussions, if she were to wake up every morning and ask herself, how can I feel a little more energized today? I guarantee you she would either say, I could get outside and go for a run. She could say, I'm going to spend 20 minutes working on a chord projection. I can't even say the word progression for a song I'm writing. I could reach out to this place I want to intern this summer. I could reach out to a friend and make a lunch date. She's bringing energy into her life by thinking about it and then doing it. And if she asks herself, how could I live with a little bit greater sense of purpose today? By simply shrinking it to your day-to-day, it makes it accessible and it makes you something that you practice, which makes you more connected to it. And I got to tell you, what's so cute is that, when I wake up in the morning, I always text all three of our kids because we're in this kind of zone in life where, Kendall's in Los Angeles, Sawyer's in downtown Boston, our son is going to high school in Vermont. I'm often in between Vermont and Boston, or I'm traveling for work. And I always text them every morning when I wake up. And this morning I texted Kendall. And it was 6 o'clock in the morning. And I said, good morning. I hope you had an awesome night last night because you deserve it. I can't wait to see you this Sunday. She texted back immediately, everybody. At 3 o'clock in the morning, LA time. Mom, you're going to die. And I'm like, uh-oh, was she arrested? What the hell happened? And she goes, I'm writing a song with Michael. Michael's this kid in her program who is like a super uber genius. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. It's 3 a.m. Go to bed. She's like, I can't. I'm so excited. I'm doing that purpose thing. And then she sends me a photo from 3 o'clock in the morning where she's sitting behind Michael as he's the producer mixing up the bass track on this thing that they just wrote. And she's like, Mom, this works. I've been thinking about just how can I be more purposeful every day? And this morning I said, I'm going to ask Michael if he'll help me finish this song. I texted him and now we're working on it. See? Absolutely love it. If she were to sit in that intellectual wasteland going, what's my purpose? Am I going to get to the arena? How do I live with purpose? No, everybody. Final mistake, and this is the most important one. Stop thinking so big. Let's think really small because remember, it's the little things that are everything. And this little question I want you to ask yourself every single morning. What can I do to feel more energized today? And how can I live with a greater sense of purpose today? That will change your ability to bring more purpose into your life, to stay connected to it, and to bring more energy and passion into your day-to-day life. I just love that story about my daughter because it's so relatable. And I'm sure that your wheels are now spinning, and I'm really happy that you got all the way to this part because I know that you want to live with a greater sense of passion and you want to feel connected to purpose. And so I have designed this incredible free 3-part video training. And in this free part video training, I am going to teach you how to hit the reset button. When you do a reset, like on your phone, you got to do that hard reset and clear out all the crap that's built up. You need to do that because you deserve to launch yourself forward into a chapter of your life where you feel a sense of energy and passion every day, where you wake up and you're able to connect into a bit of purpose to anchor you throughout your day. And in this training, the reset, I'm going to walk you through 3 simple steps so you can hit that reset button and get ready to launch yourself forward. All the details are right here. Just click and you're in. And there's even more details in the caption below. I cannot wait to see you in the reset with Mel Robbins. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you. So make sure you subscribe. Mwah.